My husband and I recently moved to South America, bought a motorcycle in Uruguay, and started riding across the whole continent. We started our journey in the capital of Uruguay, Montevideo, and already came to Buenos Aires, Argentina. Today's adventure is leaving the chaos of Buenos Aires behind and heading to Córdoba with a sleepover in Rosario. In this video, I'm also trying something new, testing out some footage from our Insta360 action cam, so it should be fun. So we started from Buenos Aires and decided to split the ride to Córdoba into 2 days. Day 1 and we're heading out to the city of Rosario, about 300 kilometers of highway, small towns, and of course decent coffee along the way. 150 kilometers in, first stop, a Shell gas station. Probably the most expensive gas you can find, as usual, but when you're sticking to the highway, your options are kinda limited. This was literally the first station in 150 kilometers, so plan your fuel wisely. Inside, the little cafe was surprisingly cozy and cute. So far, we've been really impressed with how things are in Argentina. Clean, comfy, and just good vibes all around. We also filled up almost a full tank, and thanks to the black market rate I'm using by converting Uruguayan pesos through the Prex app, it cost us exactly $15. We also decided to add a little air to the tires, but ran into a tiny problem. The shape of the hose just wouldn't fit between the parts of the wheel. It was a no-go, so we hit the road again, hoping to find a friendlier hose somewhere along the way. One of the unexpected perks of riding a motorcycle here, we just breezed past every single toll booth. Cars and trucks have to stop and pay, but not us. Feels like a tiny victory every time. Another 150 kilometers later, and we finally made it to Rosario. The ride was smooth and fast, and the roads were absolutely perfect, and it took us just 4 hours total, including our cozy little coffee break, by the way. We booked a room for the night, and as soon as we told the host about our little tire situation, he immediately took us to pump them up. He also gave us a little map of the city's highlights, so we decided to go for a quick ride and check some of them out. But first, food. And yes, asada. A whole feast in the making, and the senor even offered us a piece of meat to try. It was insanely good. We are both obsessed with choripan, actually. That's sandwiches with juicy Argentine sausages and veggies.
¿De dónde son? De Rusia. ¿Rusia?
Muchísimas gracias.
Gracias, chicos.
Pure happiness in a van. We made our way down to the riverfront and noticed something going on in the park nearby. A bit of movement, music, people gathering. Definitely worth checking out. Turns out the park event we stumbled upon was part of a national holiday, Malvinas Day. On the 2nd of April, Argentina honors the veterans and fallen soldiers of the Falkland War. It's a day of remembrance with ceremonies and gatherings across the country, and this one felt especially heartfelt.
Take a look that even the military van has this marking that Malvinas son Argentinos, relating to the Falkland Islands of Great Britain. And it's not just a coincidence, because actually the current concert is dedicated to the soldiers fighting for Malvinas in the Britain-Argentinian War.
in Rosario, Argentina, such a chill little city. It's actually the birthplace of Che Guevara and Argentina's national flag. You can feel the history, but it's also super laid back and artsy. Right by the river, full of pretty parks and cute cafes. Definitely a sweet stop on the way to Córdoba. The next morning, our host treated us to local pastries, tiny croissant-looking things called facturas. In Argentina, facturas are sweet pastries you find like in every bakery. Factura is actually named by anarchist bakers in the 19th century. They used sweet pastries to mock authority, naming them things like priest balls and friars balls. So next time you eat a cute little pastry in Argentina, no, it's got a rebellious soul. Either way, they're delicious, especially with morning coffee. The road from Rosario to Córdoba is 400 kilometers of pure chill. First stop, 150 kilometers in, and yep, it's another Shell station.
It's just 6,300, almost 2 times cheaper than the previous place.
No, it was 10,000.
Something, yes, but still. And you receive a perfect croissant with the coffee, like, I'm completely satisfied.
I'm struggling to mount my 360 camera on the bike's handlebar. I used to just hold it in my hand while riding on the bike, but now I want to try something different. Still don't have a proper mount, so tape it is. So yeah, this is what it looks like. Fingers crossed it doesn't fly off on the road. Luckily it didn't fall off, and here's the kind of footage we got. The views are still pretty flat and empty for now, but soon we'll start climbing into the mountains, and that's when I think it's really gonna look amazing. Here's the thing I noticed. When you pass a truck on the highway, you start feeling the wind from it about 100 meters before you actually line up. And then, right after you pass it, there is little extra gust that hits you. On this stretch of road, it's not a big deal, but still, be ready for it and keep your hands steady on the handlebars. Another 150 kilometers later, and we made our second stop. This time we spotted a place selling artisanal salami. Salami actually became popular in Argentina thanks to Italian immigrants who brought their recipes and traditions back in the 19th and early 20th centuries. Now it's a whole thing here, especially in small towns where they still make it in the old school way. We shared the salami and cheese sandwich, and it was so good. Fun fact that in Argentina, one portion is like often more than enough for 2 people, so the servings here can be really huge. The last 100 kilometers flew by, and we finally made it to Córdoba. After a full day on the road, it felt so good to roll in the city. We rented a little house for 5 days, and we can't wait to start exploring this beautiful city. There will be lots of shorts coming from here, so stay tuned. And thanks for watching.